Hey, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am the Educated Natural. I'm super excited to have you joining me today. We have a lot to talk about. There are some things I need to address and some things I may need to get off my chest. We will see how this goes, but welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. It's a blessing to me when you show up just to support me at any time God allows me to go live or bring content your way. It is a blessing to me every time I see a comment, a like, a share, just word of mouth talking about me and someone else's live stream in a positive manner. It is a true blessing to me. So I wanted to take time out in this moment just to say thank you to each and every one of you. It means a lot. It is not taken for granted by me. And I just wanted to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to those of you that have sent inbox messages inquiring about different things as it pertains to business. I'm honored that you even saw enough in me to do so. Like that's a huge thing, that people trust you and have confidence in you and believe in you enough to actually listen and take heed to your advice. So I am honored. Thank you. It is an honor to serve you in any way that God allows me to do so. So thank you. Additionally, if you are new here, I invite you to look around, check out my content. If you find something of interest and you want more, please consider being a part of the family here by hitting that subscribe button and being a part of the conversation when you see me live or when I drop any type of content. You are invited to be a part of the discussion. For those of you that have been here before, thank you. Welcome back. It's great to see you again. To all of my mods, welcome in. Thank you for doing what you do for this channel. And of course, to my members, as you all are rolling in, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is an honor to serve you in the capacity that God gives me the ability to do so. So thank you. Thank you. So before we get into today's discussion, let me go on. You know how I do it. I start with the chat. I have to say hello to everybody as they're coming in. So give me a moment. Let me give my salutations because my mama raised me right. You always say hello when people say hello to you. So give me a moment. Just let me go through the chat and say hello to everyone. Bayou Sugar Garden, thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome. Thank you, my sister. I'm so honored that you've chosen the Educated Natural to join the membership of. Thank you. Many blessings and welcome in. Unbiased LLC, thank you for being here. Hello. Keep your girl on track because you know I got to go off a little bit today. We're going to be at the backyard barbecue. We're not going to be at the business table today. We're going to be at the backyard barbecue today because there are some things that need to be said. Keep me on track, sis. Thank you for being here. J3GS Farm, thank you for being here. Sheed, we here. Oh, yes, we are. We here too. Thank you, Sheed, for being here. Sonia Siegler, my member, thank you for being here. Pieces of April, Team April, hello. Thank you for being here. Miss Cheryl Faulkner, thank you for being here. Kay Renee's Garden, thank you for being here as well. Sunshine to Sunset with Rashonda. Welcome back. Welcome in, Rashonda. It is great to see you. Nani's Journey, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Growing What I Eat, another member here on the channel. Thank you for being here. Great live, sir. First, I thought it was at nighttime, but I was like, wait a minute. How is it night where you are? But I realized you was inside of your greenhouse. So it was great to see all of the great things that you are growing over there. And I thank you for stepping up to the challenge and doing your live. I see you. Way to go, fam. Thank you for the super sticker, Growing What I Eat as well. Let's see, going on down. Let's see here. G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden. Thank you for being here, sis. Another wonderful member here of the channel. Thank you. It's great to see you. Passionately Intrigued Arts, another member here of the channel. Thank you, sis. Great live today. I can't wait to see the finished product. That thing was looking great. I love what you did there. I have one of those mats, different designs, but I have one of those mats. You've given me some ideas, but that mat's kind of old, so I may have to get another one. But thank you for showing us your crafty side once again. And y'all know she always touching something, so make sure you check her out as well. Let's see, where we at? Chat's moving. Okay, all right. Salon Diva V Home and Garden, thank you for being here, sis. Great to see you. Picture Me Crafting, another member here of the channel. Thank you for being here. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, Kim, you shouting out all these people, and I hear you keep saying member. What is this all about? I'm glad you asked. So let's just go on and get into this thing then. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I hope you enjoyed those beautiful and handsome faces you just saw. Yes, those are our current members. And of course, we have some more members to add to the video you have just witnessed. God has been blessing the platform here at The Educated Natural. Our family has been growing, and we are honored just to show just a little bit of appreciation to our members, for we cannot appreciate them and show them love enough in today's world. I am honored that you all are a part of the family here. Continue to be great in everything that you do, no matter what. Know that we have each other's back. And if you need something, we are here to help. For my new members that are just now coming in, welcome. FYI, for your information, I wanted to let you know our next member meetup is going to be October the 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you forget, go over to my membership tab there, here on YouTube. There you will see the next upcoming live for the members. And as a member, you will get access to that, and you can click the notification on there, I believe. If not, if you have an Instagram, I usually send out the words of announcements to everyone's Instagram to let you know, to remind you that we are going to be meeting. So while you are here, let me say it again. The next membership here with The Educated Natural, moi, will be October the 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you live Central, that's 3 p.m. Central. And if you're on the West Coast in the Pacific time, I believe that's 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. I believe I got that right. But do the math. You know where you live, and you can do whatever math you have to do to get it to say 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. Okay. So anyone else that may have come in that I may have missed, let me take a quick look. Matthew Whittington, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Thank you so much for your kind words. I believe that may have been all I have missed. If I missed you, say something. So I don't want to miss everybody. I want to make sure everybody gets a hello, at least a hello to you, and welcome in. All right, Unbiased, my mod is working, and she stayed busy. So all my other mods, please back her up. If I miss something, please do something to get my attention, because once this thing gets going, who knows where God is going to take this, all right? But I do, if need be, I will drop the link if anyone wants to come up and give your opinion on today's discussion, because I think certain things need to be said. And I'm the one just going to say it. I slept on it. I prayed about it. I let it marinate. But when I got certain inbox messages, I said, you know what, Kim, you're going to have to say something, because obviously people just need clarification. Let's just put it there. Okay. They needed to be said plainly. They needed to be said direct. And who else better to say it than I, since it was addressed to me? Now, what am I referring to? I'm referring to a recent discussion that started off great, and it dealt with some kind of way during the conversation. It turned into talking about dumbing down. Now, let me be very clear. This is not the first time the Educated Natural has heard the term dumb it down. And hello, Bad Brad. Welcome in. Afternoon to you. Now, that term may strike everyone differently. And for for the sake of this live, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the term, or put a 2 if you've heard it directed towards you. 1 if you've heard the term, 2 if you've heard it directed towards you. I just want to see if I'm the only fish in this pond. So if you've heard the term before, put a 1. If you've had it directed towards you, put a 2. I really wish I would have pinged a couple more people that I know in particular that's probably heard this term on YouTube, because I've even heard it referenced to other people. 1 and 2. I see ones and twos. Great. Thank y'all so much. Now, I don't know if people truly know what that means. So, for the sake of clarity, I went and I asked Google, and I said, Google, what does the term dumb, it's hard to type over this thing, it down mean? Just to make sure your girl was clear on it. So I'm going to show y'all what I saw when I typed it in. So let me share my screen for just a moment. Turn this on, this one. Okay. This is what Google shows me when I just type it in. What does it mean? So I already have Merriam-Webster over here. Since Merriam-Webster is a well-known name, right? So I said, what do they say? Well, they said to lower the level of difficulty and the intellectual content of something such as a textbook. Also, to lower the general level of intelligence in. Interesting right here. The dumbing down of society. Well, that's interesting now, isn't it? So then I said, well, let me head back over to my search bar and let's keep on looking. So if you look right here, dictionary.cambridge.org, well-known website, says informal disapproving to make something simpler and easier for people to understand. Okay. Then I came down here. It says, and I'll bring it up just in case you can't see it, dumb down. Maybe I need to zoom it in. Let's see. A lot of ads on here. Hope I don't get in trouble for this. But it says to make something less complex, nuanced, there's a big word for you, or intellectually challenging, typically in order to make the content more appealing or accessible to a wider audience. Okay? So, let me take this down, put me back up here. So it made me think, because recently in a discussion, this term was used. And hold on. Who said that? Bayou Sugar. I will bring up a clip. Just give me a moment. Now, recently this term was used as it pertained to me. And I want you, many of you have been following me for a while. And I want your opinion on this. Please tell me. Don't have me out here in these streets with my slip showing. Don't have me out here with toilet paper on my shoe. Do I, according to your opinion, I'm not putting words in your mouth, just tell me like it is. Before I go deeper into this, do you think, since you've been watching my content, that I speak to you all on a level that you cannot understand? Simple question. Am I dropping these huge words to where you honestly do not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? My vow here on this channel has always been, and I will reiterate it in case you are new here. It's in my name, the Educated Natural. My motto, my slogan is this: while you are here, I will never leave you uneducated. Do I speak so high that you cannot comprehend the words? My bad, there's a big word for you right there. That you cannot understand what I am saying. Because that is not the goal here. And I don't want to misunderstand and thinking that, okay, I'm doing it clearly and you're lost. Because that defeats the entire purpose. So I'm going to look at the comments, okay? Robert, you learn with Robert. Thank you for being here. Another member. Thank you for being here. It's very layman's. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Kay Renee's Garden, thank you for being here. She says no. Basically saying, no, I don't speak so high she can't understand it. Thank you. Salon Diva. Nope, not at all. Urban Gardening Chronicles, thank you for being here, sis. She says, I understand what you're saying. Thank you. Rashonda, no. Pieces of April says, no, with an exclamation point. I pick up everything you put down at the Educated Natural. Thank you, sis. Let me see. Bayou Sugar says, I understand what you say. Picture Me Crafting, another member. And Bayou Sugar is now also a new member. Thank you for being here. Picture Me Crafting says, absolutely not. Nope. J3GS says, nope, I understand you. Okay. G Mama Grows, another member here. Heart in the Garden. I understand everything you say clearly. I can't do too many big words. I understand. Keep on going down. Growing What I Eat, another member. Thank you for being here. He says, no, I think you explained everything thoroughly. Even I can understand. All right. That's what I'm talking about. So when I hear people say that I need to dumb down the way that I speak, it concerns me. Let's just say it like that. The reason why I am a person that's multifaceted, meaning, and this is not to toot my own horn, it's just as how I was raised. Okay, we all were raised differently. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. When I was young, I'm talking about pre-teen, all the way up until I was 18 years old when I officially left home as an adult. My grandmother was big on words. Every single day, she would make me read one of three things, sometimes a combination of the three. One was the dictionary. Two was the local newspaper from front page to back page. And three was the Bible. Those were the things at any moment she would come and find me. Kim, read this. Kim, read this. And not only did she have me read it, she would have me reiterate it and explain it to her what it meant. Basically, I had to give her a summary or a breakdown of what I just read. At the time, I thought it was punishment. As I got older, I understood what she was doing. She was building my ability to not only read something, but to check and see if I understood, i.e., comprehend what I just read. I was raised this way. So when I began to speak and talk and do presentations in church, and when I did presentations in school, it came naturally to me because I was raised to do that. So now that I'm on a public platform such as YouTube and all the other social media platforms, what I've tried to do is stick to how I was raised, to give it to people as plainly as you can. Now, granted, when I went to college, You couldn't just do what I just told you. You had to go deeper. You had to research further. You had to go find those finite or small details to be able to go to that college professor and explain it on a deeper level. What happened to me is when I first started my YouTube channel, I came freshly out of college and I was used to presenting on a college level until my business coach told me, Kim, bring it down a notch. You're still up here a little bit too high. And she has a college degree. And I said, okay. So I went through the process of taking it down a notch. And when I had the opportunity to sit at a round table with millionaires, I wasn't even close to having $1 million in my pocket at that time. But I had an opportunity to sit at a round table with millionaires with an S, multi-millionaires. I couldn't go sit at this table speaking to them like I did when I was back in the projects as a young kid. That wasn't going to work. First of all, I'm the wrong skin color and the wrong gender, okay, to be able to get away with that. So I had to speak to people on a higher level because of who I was around. When I go to doctor's appointments, when I take my children to doctor's appointments, and I don't know, maybe this hasn't happened to you, but it's happened to me. Had I gone in there sounding like I was dumbed down, they would have pushed me to the side and treated me like everyone else. But the moment I opened my mouth and I understood what they were saying, and I was using terms that they could understand, now we're on an equal level. Because I had to show them, yes, I'm a female. Yes, I'm a Black female, but I am an educated Black female. I've even had a previous boss to tell me that the reason, the way that I speak and the way that I carry myself and the way that I regurgitate or say again or explain information to people could be seen as a threat by some people in the room because they aren't able to do that. I didn't take it as a swipe. I said, I found where I need to be because I'm going to have to show people that I don't do dumb down. And here is why. Not only is it because of the way that I was raised, not only is it because of the way that college and universities have taught me to carry myself and to give content to others, but because in today's marketplace, in the way the world works now, you got to show and prove. So if you've ever been told to dumb down, my question is, dumb down for what? What is the reason that you want people around you to sound like a lower caliber of a speaking individual? Why? Another reason why I personally, this is me. The reason why I speak the way that I do, the reason why I try to take my time and I research and I come on here every single video with the receipts. It's not just me up here being a talking head. I bring you those receipts. I back up what I say. The reason why is because I don't want you to be out there just taking the words that I say as law. I have the receipts to back it up. You can go back and check me. You can go back and fact check. You can do all those things. But I'm not up here because I have nothing else to do, because I don't care, because I just want to be seen and heard. That's not why the Educated Natural is here. There were years when I said nothing to anyone. I have people that knew me from home. You can check my Facebook page. You can ask the people. They know me from home. They would tell you, Kim didn't talk at all. I would know a lot of stuff, but because of the people I was around, I was afraid to say anything because I didn't want to offend anyone. I didn't want to be seen as a know-it-all. I didn't want people to feel any type of way about themselves because of what I said or say. So I just remained silent. Here is another thing. When it comes to dumbing down, you have to understand who created you. I can only speak for me. God created me. God created me to be the voice for the voiceless. God created me as a person that when I enter a room, And I didn't even know this until a lady told me this as a teenager. I will never forget this moment. This lady walks up to me after service. And I think I was about 13 years old, because I was living with my grandma at the time. So I had to be in that age group. And she said, "You know what? You walk heavy." Now, here I am, young girl from the projects, first time living in my grandmother's home. I know my grandma, of course, all my life, but when my grandfather passed away, I actually was taken out of the projects to move in with her to protect her. Okay. I'm in church, and this lady's talking about I walk heavy. So I look at my feet like, did I walk across the church? Like, what did I do? Like, I'm thinking, do you hear my steps in the church? And this wasn't an old rinky-dink church. So I'm thinking, what is it that this lady is talking about? And I'm gonna get to your comments in just a minute. Let me finish this. And she says, "No, baby, that's not what I'm talking about, your feet." She says, "What I'm saying is," these are her words, and it has stuck with me all these years. She said, "When you walk in a room, you may not know this, but your presence commands attention." She said, "And the moment you open your mouth, everybody listens." And I'm thinking, this lady crazy. What is she talking about? I'm just doing what I was asked to do or told to do by my grandmother. What is she talking about? So I just kind of brushed it off. I smiled very, cordially, and was like, "Thank you, ma'am." Okay. Not quite understanding what she meant by that. But as I've grown since that time and been around a lot of different people from a lot of different pay grades, from a lot of different races, speaking a lot of different languages, God has allowed me to see the manifestation of what she said then now. Many of you over the weekend have given me so many great accolades. Like, I was in tears. The amount of people that was just saying my name in rooms I was not in. I just happened to stick my head in to show support, and oh my goodness, and they were just saying so many wonderful things. I was like, what they're talking about me? Like, it was very shocking and left me in tears, because I'm like, wow, God, I'm doing exactly what you said do. So thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the recognition. Thank you for seeing that the reason why I show up in the capacity or the manner that I show up on this channel and anywhere that I may be is because I don't want to leave you uneducated. But I can't do that. I can't even fulfill my own motto if I dumb down. Here is something you need to understand. And this is for all my Bible people. If you're not a Bible person, you can close your ears, or you can go get you some water or something at this point. But even the Bible says, and I'm going to bring it up to the screen. Even in Romans, the 12th chapter, the 2nd verse. You can read this in any version of the Bible you want. I just clicked on this one really quickly. It tells you, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." So in other words, when you show up, you are not there in any room, on any channel, in any social media platform, podcast, radio, television, newspaper, magazine. You are not there to conform to that room. When you enter in, your job is to invoke change. You are there to transform the people that are there. That's how I take this. Whenever the educated natural shows up, whenever I walk into a room, I'm not there to conform to anybody's thinking, to anything. I'm there to listen. I'm there to learn. And the moment God allows me to speak, I'm there to transform. I'm going to make you think outside of the box. I can't do that if I dumb down, because the moment I start dumbing down too low, I become, meaning I conform. I don't transform, because then I become just like everyone else. That's not the goal here. So if anyone has ever told you to dumb down, that means there's something in them that's limiting, and they don't want you to come in and transform them. They don't want you to change them at all. They want you to dumb down. No, Our job is to look at one another, say, hey, sis, hey, bro, listen, I see you struggling here. I saw you needed some help. Let me help bring you up to increase your level of understanding. I can't do that if we're on the same step. Somebody has to step up. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. It's time to get into another room. I never want to be the smartest person in the room, but I do want to be around smart people, people that are smarter than me. If you have $1,000 in your pocket and I have $1,000 in my pocket, but I have a desire to make 2,000, but you only have 1,000, how can you show me to make 2,000 when you've never done it yourself? We're on the same level. Somebody has to go and figure out a way to increase that. That's not dumbing down. That's increasing your level of education. So bump this term of dumbing down. Let me try to find where this all stems from. And I want y'all to listen to something. And this has nothing to do, first and foremost, this has absolutely nothing to do with GT Jr. GT Jr. is an awesome individual. If you ever not met him, but seen him online, he's an awesome member here. He is family to us. He was trying to have a live to talk about something very important, and that is domain ownership. I have talked about it here. He is now talking about it on his channel. A great discussion. But then things took a turn. I let it ride. I heard it just like everyone else. I was not going to have today's live. Today's live was supposed to be about something totally different. But when I got the inbox message, I said, oh, it pricked somebody else. And they had questions like, what did they mean by that 10 and all this kind of stuff. So I said, you know what? Let me come on my platform and let me address this, because my name was in it and I'm just going to make it plain. So give me a moment. Let me find the clip. All right. I think it should be here. It was a couple of clips I took. I did reach out to GT. He says fine. He had no problem with me talking about this. But we got to make some stuff clear, because when you say things in a live, when things are said by you, when things are said by your panelists, it needs to be made clear. We can't leave things up for debate. We can't leave things out there in the atmosphere for people to try to figure out. We need it to be made clear. So I want you guys to hear this. Give me a second. Let me share my screen here. All right, I want y'all to hear this, and then we're going to talk about it. Put my headphones in so I can.
I know Educated Natural is dropping a lot of gems up, but a lot of people don't. She talks so very properly. Like, sometimes you gotta go hood for some people. You know what I'm saying? That's what microphone. You gotta go hood, because some people get intimidated by the way she talks, and even probably you talk, because they feel I'm not smart enough. They sound so educated. So I can reach those people on that level from the hood, because that's where I come from. You feel me? I'm saying. So sometimes,
and you know what? Everybody love hood rich is popular worldwide. So everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? We all love the hood rich, because like you saying, we all understand it. So keep going.
No, because what I'm saying, because certain people can reach people, like certain pastors, certain churches, certain people can reach certain people. There's a job for everybody in the church, because sometimes when you're talking to somebody, they feel intimidated because they feel they're not smart enough. Yeah. They feel you're using all these big words. I know Educated Natural is dropping a lot of gems up, but a lot.
Okay, so that's the first clip. Let me stop you. That was one. So let me address that one first. That's why I asked y'all. This is why I asked y'all. Do I talk above your level of understanding? Is there something I say over here that leaves you completely lost? Please tell me, because I was under the impression that when I speak to you all, you understand what I'm saying. And you all just confirmed you completely understand. When you watch my videos, when you consume my content, you understand what I am saying. I'm not using these $100 words. I could, but I chose not to because I want to make it plain. So then I kept thinking to myself as the discussion was going on, what in the world does all this mean? Like am I misunderstanding something? So then their discussion continued. So here's the other one. Give me a second. Let me go back there. Okay, here's the other clip. Listen closely.
J3 GS Farm was saying you got to dumb yourself down in order to reach people. And so definitely if you're live and or you're videotaping or you're making content, like he said and like you said, you do want to reach people on a 6th grade level. Now, if you're trying to go for and you know that's because that's what the newspaper and all the different publications they publish on the 6th grade level so that they can reach everybody. When you get into different medical journals or professional journals, of course, a lawyer's journal is going to use lawyers jargon, lawyers talk, and all of that because now they know they're talking to other lawyers. But like you said, Michael Farmer and people in the chat, you know, talk to people in everyday language where you can, and also, but give value, and not only that, y'all, act on whatever you can act on. Like you just said, Michael Farmer, if you can't publish a book, and if you can't do this or do that, but what can you do? Do what you can do. And most of y'all can buy your domain name. Don't let other people hijack J3 GS Farm.
Okay. Now, like I said earlier, the discussion was about owning your own domain name. And that is true. Absolutely. Own your stuff. But when you say things like, I'm talking on a level that intimidates you, and there's other stuff in there, you guys, I encourage you to go over to GT Grows It in Alaska. Go over to his channel, watch his recent live, and you can watch it for yourself. There's, it's a public video. You can go watch it for yourself. And I happened to be in the live when that took place. And I'm not a person to go up on other people's panels and get clarification. I have my own channel for that. And even before he even started his live good, he saw me in the chat and he said, hey, 10, I'm just here. I know this is in your lane. I'm just here to, talk about the domain thing. I was like, hey, look, no problem over here, which is not. Do your thing, fam. I'm here to listen and learn like everybody else. So I was good with that. But when you take my name and you say I talk on a level that intimidates other people, I need to talk to my people. This is not a swipe at Micro Farmer or anything like that. I just want to come on my own platform and be clear with my audience and hear back from my audience. Am I doing something wrong according to you? Am I speaking on a level that you do not understand? That's all I wanted to know. Now, let me go check out the chat. Hey, Tuck, thank you for being here. Welcome in, Dimps Designs. Thank you all for being here. 755 Media, welcome in, sis. All right, Bad Brad said, what is subjective to the individual? Well, that is subjective to the individual. One person may completely understand while another person may not. And that's true. And that's why during my live streams, I ask people, you have any questions? Anything I need to go deeper in further? I invite people to join my membership. We put it all out on the table. What can I help you understand pertaining to the information that I'm giving out? That's why I give everybody the opportunity to ask your questions. I'm here for that. But if I'm being intimidating, explain to me how. How am I making you feel small? How am I making you feel less than? That's intimidating to me. How am I doing that? Please explain. Clarify this thing for me. Because maybe I'm missing something. I don't know it all. I never proclaimed to. The only perfect person is Jesus. We're all learning, or should be, every single day. We should be educating ourselves on these things every single day. That's why I was excited to hear about the domain thing. So I can see how deep they were going to go in the discussion. Because nobody knows it all. But one person may have one part of it, the next person may have another part. So I was there to listen and help in any way that I can and offer advice in any way that I could. But to hear that the way that I speak is intimidating, that's interesting to me. Please explain. So, exactly, Urban. I'm going through the chat, everyone. She said, Urban Gardening Chronicle says, I think what is being said is that we each reach a different audience. Absolutely, we do. And I've said it a million times and I will say it again. I am not for everyone, but for the ones that I am for, I am for. Okay. 10, be selective on whose opinion you take. If others want to dumb stuff down, then let them. You educated natural. I'm here for it. Exactly. You can do whatever you want to on your channel. I don't care. It does not concern me. That's your business. That's your audience. You grow it however you want to. It's like growing a plant. Some people use natural stuff or organic stuff. Some people don't. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Has nothing to do with me. But when you say my name and you say something like this, I need clarity. I want to talk to my audience and I want to see, just in case I'm going the wrong direction. I could be thinking we're going this way and my audience can be like this or like this. I need to bring everybody in and gain clarity. That's my job. This is my platform. This is my legacy I'm building. And I don't want to build it upon confusion, because confused mind will destroy this world. And I don't want to be a part of confusion or chaos. I want to bring clarity. That's a part of that transformation thing I mentioned earlier. I'm there to cause change. I'm there to make you think, not to make anyone feel intimidated. Because I could be here today and gone tomorrow, and the world's still going to keep turning. And everybody else is still going to be here that's here. But while I'm here, I have to do what I was missioned by God to do. And that's bring clarity to all this chaos. So if I'm not doing that, if I'm falling short and you're in the audience, let's talk about it. You can't leave here uneducated. So I'm going through the chat. If I miss anybody, let's see. And that was the first thing I said, PIA. If they can't relate, then it's on them. I can't dumb down any further than I've already dumbed it down. I try to make it as plain as I can. And so I even with creating with Tuck, when she gave her recent training on logos and the chart that she shows in there are archetypes when it comes to branding. That's something I've done classes on before. So when I saw that, I got giddy. Like, I was like, oh, Tuck, do your thing. I was in the live. I was watching her. And I was like, man, that brings back memories. It was a great live. I love people to spread education. I don't care if you're doing crafting. If you're cutting hair, you're telling people this is how you do the line and this. I'm there for that. It's educational. I enjoy that. I get geeked about stuff like that. But to tell people you got to dumb down and you got to teach on a 6th grade level, my audience aren't 6th graders. Maybe that's your audience. That's not my audience. I used to write for a magazine a few years ago. And it was crazy to think when I turned in my article, the editor at that magazine literally dumbed down my article to where when I read it before publication, it literally sounded like him done good. I lie to you not. And I said, hold up, wait a minute. That's my name attached to what you're about to put out there for the world to see. You cannot dumb down my article like that. I sounded real uneducated. No kidding. So we went back and forth on it. They went and re-edited it. I looked at it again. I'm like, well, we got it. Same thing. We got to dumb this down to where everybody can understand it. And I'm thinking, I'm not using big words in this. Who can't understand simple English words? That means they have a vocabulary problem. There's nothing wrong with my writing. So I said, you know what? Maybe I'm too personal. Maybe it's too close to me because it's mine. Let me take it to someone else, an impartial party. So I did that. And they was like, ew. They was like, who wrote this? We know you didn't write this. And so it was just that bad. So when I hear these terms, y'all, it just brings back these memories of like, go read a book. Like, I'm trying, and Lord, I'm trying. I'm so trying. But I'm like, come on. We have to be able to understand simple terms. So let me see. Tuck says, no one should have to dumb down. If it's something you don't understand, you should do your research. Exactly. Thank you. Do your own research. All right, I'm going down. G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden says, I've been told my tone is intimidating. I can't change that and have no desire to. Thank you. I have no desire to do that either. You're going to have to come on up a little higher. You're going to have to come on up. If I'm on step 5 and you're on step 2, I'm going to need you to keep on climbing till you get where I am. That should be your goal. Not to bring another person down, but to level up. Isn't that what Sierra said? Level up. Remember the song? Yeah. It's time for everyone in society. I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what your religious background is, your color, all that stuff. It's time for each and every one of us in this society to level up, because it's what we don't know that's hurting us as a people, us as a gender, us as a world. This is what's hurting us. It's what we don't know and what we don't desire to learn. We have to educate ourselves. Yes, April. It is. It is their issue. It's not my issue. But anytime I get inbox messages from people who saw the same live and they're asking me, what do they mean by that? And they're saying, who are they to say that, hey, sit this with Soul more. Thank you for being here. Hey, Love and Live Show. Thank you for being here. I had to say something. I let it ride. I was just like, whatever. Not my monkey, not my circus, not my problem. Like, okay, whatever. Let it ride. I'm let it make it. Until I couldn't no longer just hold this, because it wasn't just about what I thought about it. It was what other people had inboxed me and asked. And exactly. And I just had to just come on here today and have this real discussion, because I wanted to know, am I intimidating to you? Please say no. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be intimidated. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm smart, but I'm not the smartest. And that's just because of how I was raised and the things I had to do to get to where I am. I couldn't get to where I am and where I'm trying to go being on a lower level. It just wasn't going to work. I couldn't stand in the front of Fortune 500 companies desiring to be one day, or creating a huge legacy for my kids and their kids and generations to come by dumbing down. That's not going to work. It may work for some people. Some people have built their own legacy playing that dumb role. If that works for you, it works for you. It never worked for me. Ever worked for me. I was the girl that would be around other people, and everybody else was doing the crazy stuff and acting crazy, and I was the quiet one in the back, just dumbing down as much as I could, until one day somebody was like, nah, you ain't supposed to be here. And I'm looking around like, who are you talking about? I'm talking to you. You don't belong here. You need to get out of here. That's when I knew it was something unique God had placed upon me that I could no longer hide. I spent years trying to hide. I spent years trying to dumb down. I spent years not trying to use any vocabulary words that no one else in the room was saying. I did that. Been there, done that. It got me nowhere. I got pointed out. You don't belong here. Why is she here? I don't know if it's my skin color or what, because I was one of the lightest ones in the room. I don't know what it was. But I never fit in. I just never fit in. So I said, you know what? God created me to stand out. I'm going to do what I need to do. It's 755. Really? Have y'all been over to her channel before? Go over to her channel and see if she's intimidated. Stop it. Welcome in, Miss Shirley, OG Gardner. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Nani's journey. She said, I'm sorry you have to spend valuable time with this topic. Although it's necessary, it shouldn't be necessary. I agree. It shouldn't be necessary. Everyone should be able to operate in their own level of authority, their own level of power. That's what we are individually created to do, to be who God created us to be. But when you hear things like this, it kind of makes you stop and say, huh? What? Wait a minute. Stop the presses, pump the brakes, pause. Let's talk about it. I'm going to say this from my whole chest. If I have ever made anyone under the sound of my voice, whether you catching me live, recorded, or replay today or 20 years from now, if I have ever at any point in life made you feel intimidated, I apologize. You could have brought that to me and we could have had that discussion. That was not my intent at all. My intention is to help you remain educated. Why? Because the Bible is clear. You may not believe in it, but I do. And it says that the reason why God's people perish is because of a lack of knowledge. And because we roam the earth in human form, it is our job to remain educated, filling ourselves with knowledge and wisdom. And if you're lacking in something, you should be able to depend on a brother or sister to your left or to your right to help you stay on track. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to lead you to darkness or leave you in darkness. I'm here to help you see the light and be educated. And if that makes you feel intimidated, we can talk about it offline. I have no problem with that. If I make you feel like I belittled you in any way, if I made you feel like I'm a know-it-all, that is not my intent. I'm just here to help the helpless and give hope to the hopeless. I'm just here to help people. That's it. That's my job. And if that makes you feel some sort of way, that seems like that may be a personal problem within you, has no impact or reflection of me. That's a you problem. You need to take that up with the manufacturer, not with 10. 10 didn't do it. I didn't do it. So, like the song says, that we probably all learned as little children, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm not here to play no games. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I don't sugarcoat. This is about as sugarcoating as I'm going to get. Tell you what, I'm going to speak like Deion Sanders said it, but I'm going to flip it to me. This right here, all the content I have made, this is about as dumb as I'm going to get. So you better get me now because I'm only going to get smarter. It's only up from here. I'm about as dumb as I'm going to be today. That's it. I'm going up from here. So if you can't handle me now, wait till God starts to elevate me even more. You better get in where you fit in. But I'm not coming down. I've been through too much to get to the level where God has me now to start going backwards down the steps. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not even going to hold you. It's not going to happen. He has brought me too far. He has shown me too many possibilities. So you are right, Nani. I shouldn't even have to have this discussion, but it is what it is. And I'm the one for the job. I was created for this. And this is about as nice as I'm going to get to be able to say this. This is it. This is about as dumb as I'm going to be. This is it. So I'm going to need you to increase your vocabulary, grab a book, read it, work on your comprehension, because I'm going to educate you. Like I told somebody the other day, you're going to get this education, whether you want it or not. It's going to happen. So welcome in to everyone that's here. Pescatarian Gardener, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Robin Murphy, thank you for being here. DJ Ron the Mechanic, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Love and Lip. Don't let my confidence offend you, like Deion says. Don't let it offend you. It's going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Okay? You are going to be okay. But I am who God created me to be. I can't change that. Like I've said from the beginning when I started my content in 2013, I've been here for a minute. I can only be who God created me to be. And he created me to be like a brittle pad. When I walk into a room, when I show up here on live or in a video, I don't come to conform to the room. He brings me in places to cause your minds to think differently. I invoke change. That's what I do. I try to go in rooms and just kind of be incognito and sit back and be quiet and shrink down as much as I possibly can until he says otherwise. It's always someone says, "Who is that?" "Who are you?" And I'm trying to shrink down as small as I can. And I'm always being pointed out. And when I think in my mind, okay, I'm going to say this, God comes in and takes over and something else comes out. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. We out here now. We here. We here now. So thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for listening, because I had to address that. Nicole Reeves, thank you for being here. Let's see. She says, you speak authoritatively because you have confidence in yourself and your message. But I think you wouldn't hesitate to express your message in another way to help someone understand. Exactly. That's why I say, if you need me to break it down further, let me know. I have no problem with that. If you need some one-on-one time, if you want to be a part of the membership, we talk about things, we make it plain. You're invited to join. But to expect me to naturally be on, I can't please everyone. Bottom line, I can't please everyone. But my first level of pleasing is to the Father, God, the one that created me. The reason why I'm here anyway is to please him first and foremost. I even took what we're talking about today. I asked people that's known me forever. I asked my husband, I asked my daughter, I asked other people. I said, listen, you watch my videos? Yeah, Tim, I watch your videos all the time. Am I intimidating? Like, do I make you feel like I asked other people that had absolutely nothing, who knew nothing about what was going on? I asked them because I'm thinking, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to be so high on my own supply, thinking that, okay, I'm doing this the right way and miss it. So I asked people that had no idea what I was talking about, and they all said the same exact thing you all said today. No, you're good. I love hearing you speak. I love your content, so on and so forth. It was all positive feedback. So I said, okay, so I'm not out here walking around with my slip showing, with toilet paper on my shoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here walking around like that. Okay, so, and the last person that I asked, I said, listen, I'm going to be clear with you. And I sat back and I listened. I was all ears and eyes and everything else. I was tuned in. And they said clearly, don't you change a single thing about what you do and how you present it. If they can't keep up, their words, not mine. If they can't keep up, then tell them to catch an Uber. That was their words. So I just wanted to come on here with y'all, get your opinions, and see how you all felt about. I'm looking at the comments. Hi, Living Natural. Thank you for being here. Yes, definitely. Thank you, DJ Ron. Thank you so much. Hey, 12 Gone Apparel. Thank you for being here. What's going on, Seek? Speaking of 12 Gone Apparel, 12 Gone Apparel and Mike T's. These are two great custom apparel designers and creators. They have a group called Squad Creative Podcast, as well as a podcast. Obviously, it's in the name. And I will be a guest on their podcast. We did it way back. It's been a minute now, right? Since we did that first episode. But they've invited me to come back on their show. I will be on their show in November as a guest. And so these are like family. This is family here. These are two of my brothers, him and Mike T's. So if you haven't checked out 12 Gone Apparel or Mike T's, you need to check them out so you can find out more about Squad Creative Podcast. These are two great guys who will definitely keep it real with you. And thank you, Seek, for being here. Thank you so much. Now, Cooking with Net, thank you for being here. Hey, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Hey, Big Rooster Show, thank you for being here. But yeah, I wanted to come on. I didn't want to stay on too long, but I just wanted you all's opinion and let me know if I'm doing something that is intimidating? Do I need to dumb it down even further for you? Hi, Salon Diva. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sis. Great to have you become a part of the membership. Thank you so much. Sweet Thumb, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Tay Weezy, thank you for being here. Anyone else I miss? Precious Pieces, thank you for being here. Chat is moving. But listen, do I need to drop the link? Does somebody have something to say on this topic? Because if I need to hear anybody else's opinion about this, you are welcome to come in and we could talk about it. This is no, disrespect to any of the people you saw on the screen earlier. None. But I just had to address this because my name was attached to something. And you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But when you bring my name up in something, I have the right to address it. And that's what this was about. Oops, wrong one. Thank you, Bad Bread. Thank you so much, and I will continue to do so. I have been doing it for years now, and that's what I'm trying to do. Thank you, Pieces of April. Hashtag Team April. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all check out each other in the chat. Make sure you're checking out each other's Okay, he did. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Can I do it from here? The StreamYard lets you do it from here. Okay, but I don't think you can, excuse me. Okay, so you can do it from there. All right. Thank you so much, Passionately Intrigued Arts. Thank you so much. I try to be a blessing to others. Even I close out my show with that because the link is good. Okay. All right. I see you, J3. Let me put my headphones in so I can hear. Hey.
Hello, how you doing, everybody?
Good to see you.
Well, I asked whether you dropped the link because dumbing down was the statement I made, and it was used after I said it. And the point of dumbing down, no, it's not. Everybody don't dumb down. Everybody shouldn't dumb down. But depending on what type of job, what type of person you are, sometimes you do have to dumb down. Me, for instance, I've used that statement quite a few times for the simple reason on that wall right there's a whole bunch of certificates and all that stuff from college and all that other stuff. But from the military, from the prison system, and even the natural world, at points you do have to dumb down. Because a lot of people, when I got out the military, my whole vocabulary was military wise, and civilians did not understand what I was saying. You had some that did, some that didn't. So therefore, I kind of dumbed down from the military vocabulary I was using. Then my civilian job, working at the prison, just speaking plain English, you had to dumb down to get some folks to understand what you're saying. Dumbing down is not totally bad. You got different people. As you say, when you walk into a room, your presence says a lot. When I'm walking into a room around here to certain places, just me coming in there, sometimes the noise just stop. And it's what they expect, it's what I do, and that's the way the people is. There's nothing wrong with dumbing down for a second or a purpose, but it's not to dumb down continuously. I've met some people where if you didn't dumb down, they would never understand what you're saying. So that is why I use the term dumb down. And realistically, before I said it, I never did really hear it until I said it.
Okay. There's some stuff in the chat. Hey, Miss Shirley, welcome up. Hey, Unbiased LLC, welcome up. Before I say anything, you ladies want to add your points of view?
I just want to say my granddaughter went to an all-girls school, and one day I was taking her shopping with me, and I really never paid it any attention to how she talked, because she's my granddaughter. But she was talking to some other friends in the store that she's seen, and it kind of totally caught me off guard. And it's funny now. And I'm mad at myself because I felt like she should have dumbed it down at that point, because that's the way I put it like this. And that's not the way I was raised, but those were the kind of people I were around at the time. So as you say, when you go into the room and you're the smartest person in the room, it means you need to change rooms.
Right.
I understood that statement so much more because my granddaughter used to talk like a valley girl. And if for the ones who didn't understand what a valley girl sound like, it's like, okay, all right, like these are my friends, all right. Like we went to the mall and like I saw a person, it was like so cute,
Right.
and it kind of, threw me for a loop for a minute there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And other Black people or other nationalities was kind of looking at her like, okay, when did Black folks start talking like this?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to realize she was being educated to deal with the people out in this world. And I used to tell her, all right, sis, take it down a notch or two. And she looked at me kind of strange, like, Graham, what are you talking about? And I had to back up and say, I'm sorry. I actually apologized to my granddaughter. She didn't understand it at the time, but she understands it now why I said I was sorry. Because I knew that eventually she's going to have to go out in the world and deal with corporate and deal with different people on different levels. She's going to college. She has big aspirations. Who am I to say that she needed to dumb it down? So I just had to come up and say that because what you said really hit home. And not only that, is that years ago I was in a room with a lot of really educated people. I'm talking about I can't talk today. Professors, deans, and other people in a higher echelon, so to speak. And I'm the only one in the room that didn't have a college education. I've gone to college, but I didn't complete it. But I was able to hold my own while I was in that room.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said, what college did you graduate from? And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't finish college. And they looked at me and they was like, wow. But my mom always told me, in order to make yourself smarter, surround yourself with smart people.
Right.
Do not put yourself in a room full of dumb people, because you're going to be just as dumb as them. So
Heard that
in
too.
order to and it helped improve my diction, and then I caught myself correcting other people in regards to their diction. And I had to stop that because
Yes.
it literally hurt my ears when people used to say, I'm gonna ask this. And I said, ask. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yes.
certain words that really irked me, and then I had to find myself getting away from these people because
Yes.
I found myself coming down to their level instead of staying up to where I was at. So,
Yes.
yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying and how you were feeling at that time. And at times I do catch myself dumbing down, so to speak, so that other folks would understand what I'm saying. Because as Broke used to say, when you start using those $5 and $10 words, people look at you like you're trying to be a smart butt, or
Right.
you're just trying to show how educated you are, or whatever lingo they want to use.
Let me see you,
But
Tuck.
like you said, go ahead.
I see Tuck's in the background. I need to see her on camera for a second to make sure it's her.
Oh, okay.
All right,
So
I'm
that's
biased.
all I had to say. I'm a drop down. I
Thank
just
you,
had to
Shirley.
tell you that little story
Thank you
about
so
that.
much.
And I'm really proud of you, Tien. Please keep up the good work.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I certainly will.
Shirley.
Thank you for coming up, Miss Shirley. Thank you so much. Unbiased. Welcome in, sis.
Hey, Queen. Hey,
Hey, hey.
King and Queen Tuck, and everybody in the chat.
Hey.
Hello, and welcome to the Educated Natural Show.
I get with you.
If you don't like or have a problem with what she is saying and how she speak, this is not the channel for you. Or you need to contact her and get better understanding, because this lady is giving us free game every single chance that she gets. I welcome it.
Thank
Queen,
you.
don't don't stop doing what you're doing,
Thank you.
because even if I have to go get a dictionary and figure out some of the stuff that you're saying, that's what I'm gonna do. You know why? Because
Exactly.
it's words
Google it,
out
unbiased.
here.
Google it.
Yeah, it's words out here that I've never heard before until I heard you. And I'm
Wow.
like, okay, she said it like this, but what does it mean? Can I use this word in a different context as well to better myself?
Right.
This channel is to make you better, whether you like it or not. You may not resonate with it today, but it may help you tomorrow. It may help you next week. So, therefore, listen, and if you don't understand, ask somebody, Google it, ask the person who the horse where it came from. She's talking, the horse is talking. Listen, Linda and Larry. And in defense of microformer, I'm just going to say this. I kind of know microformer, just being hanging out with him, and um being in his presence, listening to him talk. I really and truly, this is my opinion. Do not go back running telling microformer what, I'm being mean, this, that, and the third, because in my opinion, I just feel like he did not mean it in a negative, bad way.
Right.
Microformer comes from New York, and his
Mhm.
way is to hustle.
Yeah, I know.
Hustlers have a different vocabulary than somebody who went to college. And that's what we have to take from this. It's not about, I don't think he was trying to make you dumb down, or I don't think that he was trying to make you lower your standards when you speak to us. I just feel like his audience understands him, your audience understands you, and y'all know I'm just a bag full of shenanigans, and a lot of people understand me, right?
Right.
When you come into the room, Kim, even though it's online, listen to me, Queen. Even though it's online, we get silent. Do you notice that?
Right.
Because I know for a fact I could be doing something and having a funky good time. And when I see your name, I'm like, oh, I better act right. I better get it right, because she gonna come for me. She gonna come for me. But does it intimidate me? No. Does it make me better? Absolutely. Because I know for a fact you're going to say, all right, unbiased, that's enough. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, I understand. You're right. Because I know I could be out there. I know it. I'm not for everybody. And I understand that. Just like you said, you're not for everybody.
Right.
However, your presence is needed. I am so glad and so honored to have you in my presence, Queen. Because prior to you, I didn't have anybody like you. Yes, I know smart people. Yes, I know people in higher ups. And I know a lot of people on the bottom. I know a lot of people underneath me, underneath you,
Mhm.
above me.
Right.
I know a lot of people in between, all over the place. Okay.
Right.
And to listen to you speak, to give us the information that we need, we need this information. I could go to a YouTube channel that have 1 million followers and never understand a word that's coming out of their
Yeah,
mouth.
Right.
true.
So I feel, and this is just my opinion, when you speak to us, you're speaking for us. You're speaking in a way for us to understand. Now, who that us is, it don't matter. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't allow any negative things to stop your flow. I mean, because I don't know personally for people in the chat, but you have helped me so much, Queen. And I've never met you in person, but I know one thing. If I send you a message, you're going to send me a message back.
Facts.
And you don't find too many people like that. The things that you are teaching us, if we have issues with it, you don't mind clarifying it.
Right.
You can't reach some people, but we can reach you. So we appreciate you in this community. Even though we may halt at attention, Queen, we still appreciate you in this community. And I hope that I speak for everybody in the chat. Let the educated natural continue to educate you, because one day you may be on her level or above. Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes the teacher gets overlooked. The teacher gets overlooked. And I mean, it's just the way of the world. A lot of people won't say, oh, I learned this from the educated natural. They just gonna run with it as if they already knew the information. You dead wrong for that.
Right.
But that's your thing. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I can't, you know what I mean? I don't know. But if you learn something from the educated natural, let people know you learned it from the educated natural.
Thank you.
I don't care if you watched 1,000 videos. If you picked up that one piece of information from the educated natural, say that. Because people need to know where you getting your information from. Don't make it seem like you did all this homework, research, books, wrote all this stuff down, and you didn't do nothing. You listen to her words, my words, J3 words, Tuck words, anybody words in the chat, and you didn't give them the due diligence to give them credit for what they taught you. Everybody in this chat is 56. Queen, shout out to the 57 people in the
Shout out
chat
to the
holding it
57.
down, baby.
Woo! New milestone.
It's 57 people in this chat, and we all have something of value, whether you from the ghetto, you from the white corporate America or the black corporate America, or you a CEO or a CFO or the president of anything. We all have something to offer each other. Now, you're not going to take everything that we say and run with it. You might only get snip bits and pieces of it, but we all can learn from each other. So my last words, Queen, and that's why I call y'all queens, because when y'all educate us, I don't care if it's just cutting a piece of paper. You a queen in my eyes. You a king in my eyes when you could tell me, go to the garden and put these coffee grinds, even though y'all didn't tell me to put the water. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Put these coffee grinds in here and make, compost and feed my soil. That's a king in my eyes. I learned something from you. So, Queen, I'm just going to say, I love you. I appreciate everything that you teach us, because guess what? You don't have to, but you choose to, because you've seen a need for us to get it. And I love you for that.
I love you back. Thank you. Bosh, you can have me up here crying now. I wipe my eyes twice. Now we can be doing this crying.
Don't cry, Queen. This is true. And you can't even feel my heart fluttering, but this comes from my gut. Like, I want people to understand that you are not just a value, you are an asset to this community. And if people start making you feel less than, we lose out. Not you, because you already know it. You already know it. You don't need to educate yourself no further. You know all what you know. We are trying to learn what you know. And so I appreciate you for teaching us.
Thank you. Thank you, Unbiased. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Wow. Who's gonna come after that?
One more time, because I gotta get in that kitchen real quick too. As I wanted to Unbiased hit on it. I don't really believe that micro actually really know that he insulted you or whatever the case may be, but I don't believe it was an intentional slam. I'll put it
No,
that way.
I didn't take it. Let me be clear. I did not take it as an intentional
Oh,
slam. But one thing I do know is that words have power.
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
And I didn't want people that heard him or anyone for that matter say something like dumb it down and it come off the wrong way.
Mhm.
Right.
And so I just had to do today's live to give some clarity as to how it was perceived by me and other people. But personally, he'd have to hit a whole lot harder than that to get over here. But I wanted to talk about it because, like I said, it landed in my inbox as well from another watcher of that live stream. And I reached out to GT and I asked him, hey, is it okay if I talk about some things that was brought up in your live? And he said, go for it, sis, do your thing. So I got clarity from him from even doing this because it came from his live. Now I could have
Mhm.
gotten up on that live, but because I was there in the chat, I could have gotten up on the screen and we could have hashed it out. But it wasn't like I didn't take it like that.
Mhm.
So I had to come on and bring clarity to the term dumb it down because, like I've said, I've heard it several times before.
Mhm.
And I don't want people to feel like you have to show up on these platforms a certain way and you can't be you because everybody's expecting you to be a certain way, trying to put you in a box. When God didn't design you to be in no box, He designed you to be you. So if you're flamboyant, then show up flamboyant. If you're educated, then educate people. If you're entertaining, then be entertaining. But don't allow anybody to make you feel any type of way because that's just how they perceive something that you do. Be you. And so I
Mhm.
had to come on and just bring
Absolutely.
some clarity to that. No, I have no negative thoughts about Micro Farmer or anyone else. That I don't. That's his opinion. But when my name was attached to it and people start hitting me in my inbox, I had to say something. That's all this is about.
Absolutely. Thank you, ARD, for the super
Thank you,
chats.
AR Day. Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Let me say hello. A lot of people came in. Let me see who I missed. Let me go back. Tam, thank you for being here. Blue Lotus Vibes. Janita McLean, thank you for being here. Ruji Crafton LLC, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for being here. Sifting some soil and more. Thank you for being here. JD, thank you for being here. Grammys Journal, thank you for being here. Woo, y'all really piled in here. Thank you, everyone, because there's a lot of names up there. But I
Mhm.
want my panelists.
I'll
Thank
be
you,
in the
Jay
bushes.
Yes.
I'll be in the bushes.
Thank you, thank you. Chuck, you were next in line, sis. What you got to say about this?
So I want to say thank you, thank you for your service to this community. And this live was on point. Because as a person who can do a lot of things, it has always had been in situations where was told I need to dumb it down or I need to stop shining or hold back my shine, just so other people wouldn't feel bad. It kind of affected my confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you're taught to be great and be the best at what you can be and do the best and put in your best foot forward, but then turn around and ask to give less of yourself. So I appreciate you for doing this. Live, and I just wish that this world, and like I put in the chat, would stop candy coating things. Let people be who they are. It's
Yes.
time for us to be acceptance of everyone the way they are. If it's something that you don't know, something that you need to know or want to know, do your research. Go learn it for yourselves. You have resources like 10 out here. Take advantage of that, but don't take it and turn it into a thing of as something negative and say that the person has to stop their shine and stop being who they are just to make you feel better, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm grateful that you're out here in the community. I'm going to replay this video to my daughters because I am trying to teach them how to be confident in who they are, confident in what they like, what they do, everything, because we need that. We need confidence. It's
Yes.
going to get you a lot further than where you are, and it's just going to make your life a lot better. So I appreciate you for doing this. I wish I had this video when I was younger. I wish I
Absolutely.
had this video when I was younger. I wish I had you there when I was younger to say, hey, don't dumb down, don't be who you are, be who you are freely, don't worry about what everybody else got to say. So I appreciate you. I just wanted to come on here and say that. And I appreciate Miss Shirley for her story as
Yes,
well. And her
definitely.
saying that she apologized to her granddaughter because I went through that same thing. And it was it hurt coming from people in your family who are like Unbiased says supposed to be queens. They're supposed to be queens, but to hear other queens that are supposed to be teaching you how to be a queen
Yes.
ask you to stop being the better version of yourself just to make them
Yes.
feel good on their insecurities.
Mm.
Yeah. So I appreciate you for this. I just want to say thank you and I love you too.
I love you too, Doug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming
And I'm
up.
gonna
Many
try.
blessings to you. Yes, absolutely. I've been there. Like I said earlier, I've been told to change the way I talk, change your appearance, change, change, change. And I was like, if I do all this changing, when will I show up? I'll be you. I'll be who you want me to be. I'll never be me. So thank y'all. Unbiased and Tuck. I can't thank y'all enough. Wow. The words
10.
just
I just
wow.
have I just have for something to say real quick.
Yes.
I only stayed up because you might need backup. Okay.
Oh yeah, you know the cluckery's here. What's up, Big Rooster?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. And I was just about to give you the highest compliments, unbiased. But now, no, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to really add to what Unbiased said when she and this is not the show Unbiased up, when she said you're not a value, you're an asset. I look at it a little different. I look at you as a value added asset because without you, I'm telling you, there's things I've learned, like Unbiased said, there's things I've learned listening to you that I didn't even know about, you know. So I just encourage you to keep being you. I don't want you to be nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I want you to stay being 10. You know, we have conversations outside of this, you and I, just like Unbiased and I, just like African Dreaming and I. We all have ARD and I. You know, we all have conversations, you know. So with that being said, I didn't get to hear the whole gist of everything that went down, but from what I did hear is, you know, you just felt like you needed to address it, and there's nothing wrong with addressing anything that you hear when your name comes up in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want to say everything Unbiased said, everything Tuck said, everything J3 said, everything Miss Shirley said is totally correct. And you just keep being Kim, the educated natural. Don't leave us uneducated. You know what I'm saying? Because if that was the case, we're going to change the name to the uneducated natural. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, just hey, keep being Kim. Like they all said, we love you. Ain't nothing, and ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
So yeah, you didn't need no backup Unbiased. You didn't need to back her up.
I was just making sure my sis was good. Okay.
Well,
Wait, let me say.
listen, you
I
already
was
know I ain't
making
messing with nobody in the
sure.
Lit fam.
Wait. I was making sure that my sister was good before I stepped down.
Well, go on and step down because I'm about to step down with you.
Hey, 12.
See?
Okay,
What's
Kings.
going
Let me.
on?
I'm gonna step down, Kim. You
All
need me?
right.
You still need me? Look, listen, Linda. You still need me?
She don't need you. I'm gonna step down before you. Thanks for having me, Jen.
You're welcome, Big Rooster. Thank you, companion. What's
I'm
up,
going to
Steve?
the chat, Queen. I'm
All
going to
right.
the
Thank
chat.
you, Unbiased, again. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Much
Kim.
love.
I was trying to be quiet. You know, I don't do too much talking. I'm quiet, quiet type of guy. But I just wanted to thank you just for what you do, for you being you. You know, you've been one of my favorite people for a long time. And I just wanted to get on here and acknowledge that. Um, and as far as the dumbing yourself down, please don't, please don't. You know, we need what you're talking about. And like it was so much stuff said. I'm biased and Tuck and those people. Shout out to them for what they already told you. I can't really add a lot, but I just wanted to thank you, Kim, for just being a
Absolutely.
great person. And you've always been somebody I've admired in this industry. So I just wanted to tell you that in person um before we get on that live. But that's all I wanted. My wife is calling me, so I gotta get off. But just thank you. We love you
Tell her
out
I said,
here.
hey. I
All
love
right.
y'all too. Thank you, Six, so
All
much.
right,
Thank
Kim.
you.
Bye-bye.
Wow, you guys. Y'all trying to make me cry up here. That's Wow. Listen, thank you all so much for all the kind words, all the words of motivation. I needed that. Thank you. It helped calm me down. It helped me stay focused. Thank you. And I'll say it again. This was not a jab at microfarmer. He said what he said, and I had to say what I had to say, and I wanted it to be said for me. And I wanted to back it up with the content in the context in which it was used. And I wanted to bring that to the forefront because I was receiving a couple of inbox messages about it. And like I said originally, I was not going to say anything about it, but I had to put some context in it and how I feel about the term of dumbing down, of people saying you have to present, hey, ARD, give me a second, that you have to
Yes, ma'am.
present your content on a sixth grade level, and you dumb things down to the point where a little child can understand it. And I get all of that. I understand, but that also plays into the part of what you're talking about. And we have to be careful of how we use words and how we put our sentences together when it comes to other people, because you don't know what is understood when you talk to people. May be misunderstood or not understood at all when else hears it. So, like I was saying, she's been told that she, and sometimes it can cause people to take a step back and say, "Well, you don't forget, I tell you nothing. You could be on fire. I'm going to throw water on you." Like, you don't want people to do that. So we have to all be careful about what we say and who we're saying that out and how we're putting it in context. I didn't get a job, but I had to address. That's all this was. I would address dumbing down. Is that a good thing for you, content creator, or not? Is that something you want to do? Is that something you have done but you regret it? Personally speaking, I regret it when I had to shrink down around the people I was around just to fit in. Some people right now are around people and in places just to fit in. Uh-oh, can you hear me? Did I lose my mic?
Oh yeah, you was choppy at first, but it's 5x5 now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. StreamYard. Um, I just had to just come on here and just, am I back now? Am I still buffering? Uh-oh, let me check. Let me check. Oh, I am buffering. Come on, StreamYard, catch up with me. Hold on, let me shut down some of this stuff, y'all. That may help. Give me a second. Let me shut this down. That might help. Maybe I'm using too many resources. Let's shut this down too. All right, hopefully that'll help. Let's see. I'm looking at my phone. Am I good? Better? Okay. I think I had too many things running in the background that may have hurt me a little bit. Okay. But I just wanted to come on, guys. This is not, don't be running back to microphone and said 10 said this. I stand 10 toes down on anything I say. I said it once, I'll say it again. That's just how I am. And this is not a swipe at him. This is not a swipe at anybody that was in that live. Continue to support each other. But don't, my words of advice to each of you is don't dumb down your content. If God created you a certain way, stand in that. Put 10 toes down on that and be you. We don't need another ARD or a resilient dad, if you don't know what ARD is for. We don't need another Grammys Journal. We don't need another Geeky's Girl. They are showing up in their own authority. Be you. That's all I'm saying. So what's going on, a resilient dad? Thank you so much
Yeah, that is
for the
definitely
super
the
chat.
truth.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, no worries. Hey, Tim,
Welcome
you
in,
already
everybody I
know.
may have missed.
Yeah, we're hey man, we locked in at the hip, man. Everything you do, I respect and support always.
Thank
The
you.
whole team and my wife respect it. And the interesting part is, it's like how many people want to come into live when they think it's something negative, but really this is a learning lesson if you got your ears open, you
Right.
know. And it's cool, like negativity sells and all that stuff, whatever. But honestly, it's a learning lesson if you're watching. You know, if you got your third eye open, like it's real. And you know, it's not to put blame or put fingers at anybody. You know, that's not the case. But I love the fact that you're addressing it with grace. You know, you're addressing it with class. But also, we already understand, like we're not playing games. And I think one of the parts that you mentioned too is like, I understood what you were saying, but everybody that was present might have took it a different way, and that's why I gotta address it, right? Because I don't want everybody there just having one narrative when that, could be falsifying who you are and your brand, right?
Right.
So I think that was a smart thing to do, you know. So it's all love and respect.
Thank you. Thank you so much, a resilient dad. Thank you so much for coming up. Thank you for everything you do and present to the community as well. And so I just want to thank everyone for everything y'all have done. Every kind word, every like, every share, every comment, every new member, every sub, everything. Thank you. Because I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. I started this channel over 10 years ago. I could have been doing something else, but God keeps bringing me back here. And it's because you needed the education, you needed the information. And as long as you're here, I'm here. And even if you're not here, if God says Kim be there, if it's just me and this wall I'm talking in front of, then that's who it'll be. But I will be here doing what I was created to do in my own God ordained way. This is the
Oh yeah.
only way I know how to show up as.
And one thing too, if we're really talking about, what we get from it, you know, I'm, I have a unique situation out here in the Bay, but when you were speaking on trademark attorneys and everything, right?
Mhm.
We have people that we hire for trademarking. You can do it yourself, but one of those things is like about what you can really learn from. I actually went through and audited the trademark attorneys to make sure that everything was everything, right? I was like, you
Right.
know what? That just gave me something to think about. Thank you. Have a good one. See you good, senor. Yeah. Gracias. And that was the key, right? And I was like, yo, we all can take something from it if we're really like trying to move forward with that. Don't stop doing what you're doing. It's just not like no shot at micro. You dig? Like that's not none of that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, in the community of family, it's okay to it's okay to speak up, man, if you think something is offside, so we don't. Keep being offsides.
Right.
And I appreciate how you've been doing it and handling the class.
Thank you. I try my best. I try my best. Thank you so much, Baby Giant Service. He said, you are doing fine. And if you ever stop showing up, trust and believe all of us here will be looking for you. Don't stop. Please don't stop. I have I have no intention of stopping. Matter of fact, I haven't even got started yet. So thank you. You better say that, geeky girl. She said, on all thy gettings, get an understanding. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. Always trying to get an understanding. And that's why I had to ask you guys if at every point I ever speak too high, don't be afraid. You're in the chat, just say, hey, can you explain that a little bit more simpler? Can you make that a little bit plainer? I have no problem. I tell people I am able to explain things in front of Fortune 500 companies on that level, and I'm able to explain it to a child. I'm able to explain it to the people that's on the street corner, the people in the projects, the people on food stamps or WIC. I'm able to do all of that because God brought me literally from the bottom to like she'd we here. So I'm able to speak to you on the
I
level
seen
where
that
you
play on the
are.
words right there.
I know, right? I'm able to do that. And I don't want anyone to feel intimidated in any way whatsoever. If there is something you need to know, and if I have the knowledge and information, I'm not a gatekeeper when it comes to information. If I know, you know. And I've gotten in trouble from other people. We've had toe-to-toe discussions, and I have literally been pulled to the side saying, 10, you shouldn't be saying this stuff for free. That's like $1,000 information you just giving out there and blah, 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 blah. Look, God knows what he's doing. I trust God. If he says tell you, I'm going to tell you. If he says hold it, I'm going to hold it. But if at any point I leave you feeling intimidated, insecure, you feel belittled or something I said, bring it to me. We can have that discussion. Just like I'm doing here, you can do the same thing and we can talk it out. No problem whatsoever. But please don't point the fingers at micro farmer. Micro farmer is going to be micro
Yeah.
farmer. Okay.
Yeah, and shout out to Big Micro too. You know, it's all
Yeah.
love, you dig? But yeah, yeah.
So let
As
me
a
check it.
supporter too, you know, if I had an interesting situation and I was like, man, like how is he coming at me? I don't even create content. Or do I not want I think it was like a narrative of me trying to steal people's supporters and stuff. I was like, wait, what? I don't
What?
even want like none of that stuff. But it's interesting how, you know, if you're not communicating, you know, miscommunication can go so far, you
Right.
know. But you know, we treat it with love. We treat it with grace and class. You know, like that's just what it is. You know, until we get that understanding. So I definitely, once again, appreciate how you're handling it. You know, hey Tan, you already know you can go hard on the boulevard like she and Sunshine. You know, it could be way
Absolutely.
different.
Absolutely. Trust me, I was warned not to do this because they were afraid of how I was going to do it. And I was like, I got this. I
Yeah,
prayed about it
yeah,
first. God is leading and guiding. I got this.
yeah. And it's the thing about dumbing it down that just in general, it's like, you know, being new to the gardening community, you know, I could tell people to dumb it down for me, but I'm not asking them to change who they are. I'm just asking to dumb it down so I can understand better, so I can apply it in my life, right? It's different, but I think the context of when you say dumb it down, like you have to be aware of what you're saying, you know.
Right.
Otherwise, you know, it can get kind of weird.
PIA got something she's trying to say to you.
And I got you, PIA. Hey, good call on that one. Hey, good call. Good call. Hey,
Well,
to
as you
the top,
guys
we
can
can't be
see here,
stopped.
this
Thank you
is
so
this
much.
is my definitely thank you, ARD. Thank you for everything you do and provide to the community. Thank you for the support and the kind words. I really mean that. You mean a lot to this community. Keep showing up how you show up and don't let nobody else turn
Amen.
you around from that.
There's nothing wrong with being authentic and vulnerable. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. And keep doing that just the same. From a supporter,
Absolutely.
trust me, we're gonna be here for a while for you. All right, here we got you. Yeah.
Thank you. As y'all can see, this is assassin on site, and she is telling me that she gonna eat my food. She has ordered her mama some food. So she's telling me if I don't get my butt off this camera, she gonna eat my
Right,
food.
right, right. This ain't no 4 hour church session, is it?
No,
Hold
it's
on.
not.
God bless. God
God
bless,
bless you
Ted.
too. God
We will
bless you
speak
too.
soon and see each other soon. All right.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. Bye bye.
Chicken Sunshine got some words for ARD. But listen. Yes, yes, geeky girls. She is something else. She is something else. Okay, that's my baby, and I love her dearly. And I even asked her opinion on this, and she said the same thing you all have said 10 times over. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Yeah, she's so messy. She is so messy. Tell her, Robert, please look out for your sister. Please tell her don't eat my food. Okay. Because it's one thing when mama is already on 10, but if I go in there, my stomach over here talking, and I go over there, my food is gone. We're gonna have a big problem up in this house. It's gonna be some table moving and some chair flipping up in here. Okay. so, so if you guys don't have anything else, we're gonna move on past this. But once again, I want my members to know, to all my new members and my current members, that our next member meetup is going to be October the 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Write it down, put it in your phone as a reminder so you do not forget. If you have a Instagram, got word. If you have an Instagram, I do send out notifications to each one's Instagram that's a member. So if you have an Instagram, if we're not connected, please connect with me. So, and I'll be going through anyway to look, because that's just what I do, to see if you're on Instagram. And today, this week's challenge or last week's challenge that I challenged the members was for them to go live. And I am so proud of each and every one of you that have taken me up on that challenge to go live. And I'm still waiting for certain ones of you who have not gone live yet since last Sunday. I'm still waiting. And if you don't want to go live, please at least drop a video Keep your channels active. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, ARD. Thank you so much. That was the challenge. Thank you so much. Much respect to you as well. That was the challenge for the members. Thank you, Growing What I Eat. Oh my goodness. Y'all are just showing out. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, G Mama. Yeah, you felt that nudge, huh? Uh-huh. Where's that short, ma'am? So listen, to each of you that are members, let me see. Okay, there it goes. October 29th is our next meetup. We're doing some things, some special things during that live. I would encourage each of you to be there or be square. Okay, because I do want to talk to you guys about a few things and share some things with you during that live, like I always do. But we're going in depth on some things, answering more questions that you may have had. Any issues you have ran into, we want to address those as well. I know some of you have dropped your LLC paperwork. You are looking at your trademarks. You're doing your research. You're getting your house in order, business wise. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And I'm just honored to be a part of your process. I tell you, I'm just so honored to know you and to be able to support each and every one of you. So keep doing what you're doing. If you have not dropped your content, drop your content. Let's get these channels rolling. She says, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Oh, thank you, Craftable Things. Thank you. You are as well, my sister. You are also a strong and confident woman. Absolutely, Miss 70K over there plus. Okay, when we grow up, we're going to be like you. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Okay, exactly. I'll take it. We will take that content. If it comes as a short, G Mama, we will take it. All right. We just want to make sure that you are keeping that channel going over there, because the level of knowledge you have for the gardening community does not need to be not said or showed. So I'm going to stay on you just like everyone else. I'm going to stay on you. I'm going to push you until you start moving these channels along, moving your content along, making these businesses come to life and stop just being in your mind and in your notebooks. We got to get these things out there, because just like a lot of people come to hear my voice and to be educated by me, you also have an audience out there that needs to hear from you. Because like Juicing with Jay always says, each one teach one. Each one of us has the power and the authority to teach each other. Who I can't reach, you can reach. Who Unbiased can't reach, G Mama can reach. Who G Mama can't reach, Passionately and Tree can reach. Who she can't reach, Janita can reach. We all can do it individually, but can you imagine what happens when we come together? It's a great thing. And so, last but not least, no matter what age you are, what gender you are, what religious background you may be, where you come from, where you are now, you have a story that needs to be told to the world. You have information that's designed by God to keep people educated. And don't you ever allow another individual, no matter who they are, come into your realm and tell you how to do what you do. You show up as you. Don't try to be a carbon copy of anyone else. Be you. If you are on a lower level and you desire to go higher, get around people that's on a level that where you want to be. Get under them. But you have to make sure you're picking the right people that you are getting under, you're gleaning from, you're learning from. And make sure that that is someone you want your brand to be attached to, that you don't mind learning from. Because as long as God gives this body breath, I'm going to show up and show out in the capacity, in the full capacity that God gives me the authority to do so. And I would encourage you to do the exact same thing. Show up as you. If you have a product that you know you need to get in the hands of other people, you got to show up and give that thing. I can tell people all day long about your products. Like I have told you all about Strength from Within's products. But if strength from within don't open her mouth and tell you herself about her products, I could just be talking to the wind. She has to show up just like you have to show up. Pieces of April has to show up when she's telling you about her buy me a coffee store. I could tell you about her buy me a coffee, but I'm not going to do her justice. You're going to need to hear it from her. I could tell you about my trainings and about my website, theeducatednatural.com, but you're going to hear that from me. I don't expect anyone else to do that. That's my baby. I'm responsible for this baby. I'm responsible for not only building this baby, but protecting this baby with every possible way, in every possible way I can. I can't depend on Unbiased to protect my baby. It's not her baby. Her baby has to do with Unbiased, not the Educated Natural. I have to protect this baby. I have to raise this baby. I have to feed this baby. I have to make sure this baby is well taken care of. And that's what you have to do. What's up, Erica? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Welcome in the jury spot. Welcome in, everyone. But we all have to take our own responsibility, and you do that by showing up first for yourself in the capacity that God created you to do so. Don't ever, ever veer from that. Don't ever turn your back on your greatness. Don't ever dim your light. Like the song says, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You are the one, Neo. You're the chosen one, Neo. Show up for you and the people that God has assigned for you. Video lasts forever. This is why I'm challenging my members to do video. It lasts forever. So even when you are gone, that video is still, as long as this platform is there, is still there. But you're going to have to show up. So I'm challenging not only my members, I'm challenging everybody in here, all 54 y'all that's in here. Oh, it went down to 53. Somebody ran. I saw you. God saw you. I'm challenging everyone in here. Drop some content this week that's relevant to your channel. Do that. You're not doing that for me. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for your children, your grandchildren, for generations to come. That's what you're doing it for. Show up in your full capacity. I'm challenging everybody. And I'm not giving a challenge a name. Just do your content. And don't depend on anyone else to do it. Let your light shine. I want to see you. I want to see what you bring to the table. I want to see who brought the macaroni and cheese. I want to see who's bringing the ham. I want to see who's bringing the turkey. I want to see who's making the macaroni, who's making the desserts. I want to see who's doing it. But I'll never see it. And some people will starve because they're still waiting on you to bring it to the table. What do you bring to the table? Show up as you. I'm challenging you. Show up as you. That's your homework assignment. What's going on, Juicing with Jay? Welcome in. Show up as you. Drop that content. You don't need another YouTuber or a content creator or influencer to tell you this. Only you know what God has called you to do and how to do it. I can't do it like you, and you can't do it like me. And I don't expect you to. We all can sit up here and get lemon trees and try to grow lemon trees like Juicing with Jay. But there's going to be a difference in our lemon trees. But at least we're all showing up trying to grow these lemon trees. But we cannot just put all that pressure on Jay. So I'm challenging you. Bring your content. Build your audience. You're nervous? There are 54 people in this room right now. Many of you have said hello to each other. You have been following these people for the longest, even if you're new to them. If you notice that they go live, reach out to them. Say, look, I really want to start my YouTube channel, or I just want to start creating content, even if it's not on YouTube. Can you help me? Even if they have to sit there in incognito mode where all you see is their avatar. You don't see the person. You just see the avatar, but you know somebody's up there with you. If that's what it takes, then doggone it, get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, like my mama used to say. But don't allow your fears to keep you stagnant. Don't allow your own fears, not what someone else has said, but your own fears to keep you stuck and in the darkness. You have the power to show up. So I'm challenging you, everybody in here. I'm challenging you. Even if you watch this on the replay and you make it to this part, I'm challenging you too. Drop some content. Show us what you do. Show us what you are about. But don't let anyone else in this chat, in the replay, in your life, in the world, dictate how you're supposed to show up. Be you. If you don't remember nothing else from this whole hour and 55 minutes, remember this. Always Be you. Not a carbon copy of anybody else. Be you. When God created you, he broke the mold. There are no copies of you. You are the original. Be that. Walk in that. Be the difference the world needs. Never dim down your light. Never dumb down your mental capacity, but be you. That way, when people see you out here in the public view, they won't get it confused. They'll know exactly where it comes from. There are people right now, you saw them today, that can say, that's the educated natural. They automatically do it. That's the educated natural. That's Blue Lotus right there. We know exactly what that's her all day long. That's Geeky Girls. Matter of fact, Geeky Girls, I'm glad you're in here. Geeky Girls Journal, right here. I'm glad you're in here. Let me tell you why. The content you provide, I remember you doing those words of the day. Like you would do those words, vocabulary words. My grandmother used to do that with me. I had all my schoolwork to do, and here she come with vocabulary words for me to know the meaning of words. And when I would mispronounce words, she would make me go look it up, learn the definition, and then write it like I was in school. I thought it was ridiculous. But words meant a lot to her. Keep doing what you're doing, Geeky Girls, educating us on vocabulary. There is nothing wrong with learning a new word every day. Nothing at all. You never know when you may need that word. You never know who you're going to be talking to. See? Look what she said. She said she does that to her girls. And I am way over her girls' age, and those things still stick with me to this day. Be you. So I'm not the only one. Whew. This is so comforting. 755 Media says the same thing. Same thing, haven't heard. Thank y'all for being here. It means a lot. It means a lot. It's 53 people here. Asia, if you eat my food, we're going to have a problem. But I am going to wrap this up. I have a couple more minutes, and I just want to tell you guys, this because I'm going to make it even 2 hours. Might as well. I'm already like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes now. Might as well just going to finish it out strong, right? But while we are here, I want to thank all my members first and foremost. Yes, you too, Baby Giant Services. Yes, I thank God every day the things that my mother and my grandparents taught me. Absolutely. But tell her by you. Tell her. Please don't eat my food. I'm going 755. I'm going. Wait a minute. You trying to get me back from the times I got you, aren't you? I'm going. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to go eat. But thank you guys for being here. You didn't hesitate either. She corrected us mid-sentence. Absolutely. Like I had a big problem saying fitting to or fixing to. My mom was like, you want to say that again? And I knew right when she said that I had said it wrong. And she did not like the way I used to say nothing. And she was like, what's the word? And I would be like, nothing. She said, exactly. And that was just the first warning. If I said it again, I had to go write it. So my mom didn't play. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Growing What I Eat, another member. Thank you so, so much. All right. I hear my husband just yelling here, say food's ready, y'all. I have to roll. Thank you guys so, so much for everything that you have done and said. Thank you to everyone that has come up on the panel. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Thank you, Unbiased. Thank you, Tuck. Thank you, J3GS Farms. Thank you, Big Rooster. Thank you. Many blessings and much love out to each and every one of you. I'm going to get out of here. Until the next time, God allows us to meet and have these great discussions. Like I always say, be blessed. Continue to be a blessing to others. Until the very next time, you guys, enjoy your journey. God bless you all.